A few months ago, I was down in Atlanta sharing the story of the revitalization process that our church has gone through. And in that story, I was sharing about how God was moving, about how people were joining Port City, about how people were giving their lives to Jesus and putting their faith in Jesus, about how dozens of people were following in baptism. It was a really exciting time, and the speaker of the conference, by the name of Mark Clifton, wore a hat like this one everywhere he went. It's an International Harvester hat. And his reasoning was that God has called all of us to be harvesters. As a matter of fact, the Bible speaks that Jesus says the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And so he wore this hat as a reminder that we have been called as individuals and as the church to be international harvesters for the glory of Jesus. And I believe that is the season God has put our church in. We are in a harvesting season. As of today, we have seen over 44 people become officially part of Port City this year alone. As of today, 37 people have followed in believers' baptism, and there are already people making decisions of following in baptism in the weeks to come. It is an exciting season of harvest. But with that excitement and with that growth comes a challenge. We are almost out of space. And if you combine the difficulties of parking, children's ministry, and space in the auditorium, we essentially are out of space already. So we have some decisions to make. As a church, by faith, we decided last Sunday that we were going to go mobile on Sunday mornings beginning this fall. We don't have an exact date and time yet. We will release that as soon as we're able. But the plan right now is that at some point this fall, we are going to start holding our Sunday morning worship service in Kidstown and all of those things that are part of Sunday morning at South High School. It's going to require faith. It's going to require work. It's going to require a few of us getting up early and a few of us getting to lunch late. But what I want to tell you and what I want to encourage you on is that although this is going to be work and although it may be a little frightful from time to time, we're doing this because God has provided us a harvest. He said, and I repeat, the harvest is plentiful. As we look around Kingsport and Sullivan County and the Tri-Cities, there's an abundant harvest. What's lacking is people who are willing to put on their harvesting hats and say, I will do whatever it takes. We at Port City have decided that we are going to be international harvesters for Jesus. And we are going to do whatever it takes to reach every man, woman, and child in our circle of influence. So I want to invite you to pray for the changes, pray for the move, pray for the things that we're going to need, pray for our energy level, pray for our passion, pray that we will not grow weary in well-doing, and that one day when we stand before the international harvester, he can look at Port Cityans and say, well done, my good and faithful servants. I want to encourage you, and I want to encourage you to encourage me, and let us pray for one another as we accomplish the vision and the mission that God has given us here at Port City. God bless you guys. Can't wait to worship with you this Sunday.